I am fixing up this old printer. It's an HP 960C, and it already had ink installed. It uses the 78 tricolor and a 45 black cartridge, and these are before. These are just early 2000s ink cartridges that HP was putting out at the time, and they're used on a whole bunch of different printers, but they're all older printers. They're all, not all, but a lot were really sophisticated for the time. But some of them looked like, if you bought your first PC for yourself in the early 2000s, then you might have had a printer that looked something like this. This one, I'm missing a top. There's a top that goes here. But this wedge-shaped printer that would come with your computer as part of the system, but the ones that came with your computer, like if you went and spent like $250 at Circuit City or Fry's, and you got a computer that came with a printer and a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse, and it all cost $250, then you didn't get a printer like this. Even though it may have looked like this, it would have been a very basic, but still working color inkjet printer. But HP was also putting out some nicer, more sophisticated printers in this 960 series. It's one of them. I'm missing the covers, so I gotta wedge something in there besides the screwdriver, because it's gonna fall out, and it's gonna read that the cover's open, so it's not gonna work. But it's okay if the cover's open. I don't know, because I already replaced the 45 ink cartridge, and I removed the 78 because possibly the ink, it wasn't working. So I'm thinking it's been maybe decades that this hasn't worked or hasn't been used. So, and like this, I couldn't find the expiration date on it. It's probably in here somewhere, but I bet it expired back in like 2003, a long time ago. But it's great. Current inkjet cartridges are little teeny tiny ones, and they've got all this like stalker gangster security on it that makes them difficult to refill, difficult to reuse, difficult to use a third-party ink. But these older ones, before HP got all stalker-ish and started doing really just horrible unuser-friendly stuff to their customers. But these were made before that era, and so let's see, that light is still blinking because it thinks the cover's open, and it is. It's just not there. So I'm going to see if I can wedge a little piece of cardboard in there to, it's this part has the bottom of it. There's a little push button switch that would normally be pushed by the cover. So let's see if this is it. And it stays. Wonderful. So it's initializing, and that stops blinking. It'll be good to go. It might print a test page or something, I'm not sure. But it'll do what it's going to do. And once that, I picked up a piece of paper, so I'm using up this blue paper I got. It's got a little light shining on the blue paper. Some kind of sensor letting the cartridges know where the paper is. Not as fast as some of the printers that came out last 10 years, but I haven't checked the specs on it, but it seems to have quite nice resolution. I know the black cartridge is working. I should have put some white paper in. But let it do what it's doing. See if that new old cartridge is working. And I don't even know if I'm able to get a Windows 10 driver for this. Certainly can't from HP. They suck. Always taking down their stuff. Okay, that magenta is looking. Oops, it's looking kind of sloppy. I don't see any yellow. All right, so what I can do is heat up some hot water and just a little bit, and put that cartridge I just installed in the hot water. I might free it up a bit. Because no yellow, and I don't see any cyan, so just the magenta is coming out, which not a big deal. That happens a lot when the cartridge is 20 years expired. So I'll also see if I can download the driver for this, if they got a Windows 10 driver. It might be a PCL driver that's available, or it might not have a driver at all available unless you're using a XP or Windows 7 PC or something even older like ME or Windows 95. I'm really not sure, because it's not going to be on the HP site. They'll have it deleted. They just truly suck. But I use this other printer driver site called Printer, I believe it's printer.drivers.com, and they're great. They're not comprehensive, but if they do list a driver, it's going to be a good driver. There's no viruses on the site, so we'll see if that works.